You hear me? I doubt it. There we go. There we go. You hear me? I doubt it. There we go. There we go. You hear me? I doubt it. Come on up in this motherfucker. I guess as always, I'll play y'all some motherfucking music until y'all decide to get up in here. Let's see who got their notifications on. See who got their notifications on. So come on up in here. And I guess I'll play y'all a little music until y'all decide to come on up in here. Cause we're gonna motherfucking talk about it. I don't know, it's Sunday. I just decided to go live today. Let's talk about this shit. Oh, I probably want to unmute the shit on.
And interest-free.
Hey. Come on.
I know some raw sniffers. They really play with their nose. I know some dog sniffers. Sick them on your ass like Cujo. I know some hard hitters. They'll be on your ass like who knows. Face a nigga, case a nigga. Dump the body and Bulow. Made nigga, great nigga, got more gas to sit, go. Paid nigga, cake getter. Order me up another bowl. Slay a nigga, blank a nigga. All my niggas cut though. Slay a nigga, blank a nigga. All my niggas cut though.
Slang that cut around, have them jumping like it's jump roll. I can get them thrown, that's for cheap, I hope they you know. Pretty red bone, she be fucking on, who knows? From the back of Miss Trader, I sell her dreams and leave her. Smoking on big bag with no skim, yeah. I put a pint in a 2 little niggas ain't sipping no train. Add that bitch out if a whole lot of people. Got a Drake on me, you know it's illegal. Big bang roll, catch eyes like eagle. No free features if you ain't my people. Bitch down bad, she be smoking on legal.
I know some raw sniffers. They really play with their nose. I know some dog sniffers. Sick them on your ass like Cujo. I know some hard hitters. They'll be on your ass like who knows. Face a nigga, case a nigga. Dump the body and Bulow. Made nigga, great nigga, got more gas to sit, go. Paid nigga, cake getter. Order me up another bowl. Slay a nigga, blank a nigga. All my niggas cut though. Slay a nigga, blank a nigga. All my niggas cut though. Throwing C's where you at. We clicked in the trap, run off for what? And you'll get shot in your back. Everybody in an old Cadillac. All a nigga do is smoke cracks. All my niggas, yeah, they sell crack. But before a crumb, you getting waxed. Looking for a P, you getting taxed. Say the plug, then he jack. Say cuz, go get that. Run around feeling like Max. Nigga, I don't shit too strapped. Through the bullshit, I see that. Y'all niggas heard that pack. Y'all niggas ain't whipping that crack. Y'all the same niggas get whacked. Y'all the same niggas get jacked. Y'all the same niggas that rat. Roll me a 4, need that. Yeah, nigga fiendin'. I should be leanin'. I know some raw sniffers. They really play with their nose. I know some dog sniffers. Sick them on your ass like Cujo. I know some hard hitters. They'll be on your ass like who knows. Face a nigga, case a nigga. Dump the body and Bulow. Made nigga, great nigga, got more gas to sit, go. Paid nigga, cake getter. Order me up another bowl. Slay a nigga, blank a nigga. All my niggas cut though. Slay a nigga, blank a nigga. All my niggas cut though.
Check out this verbo.
Oh man.
Michael, they're your cousins.
Look at me. Come on. Here I am. Right where I belong.
Nigga need
motherfucking double up, son. That bitch is going 8 right now, 8, you heard me? I'm telling you. That bitch is something else, son. I'm about to go over and see O got some more. Oh, this nigga gonna count some shit. Nigga need that, no count.
Dollar, nigga. Yeah, don't play with me. Dollar, and you talking shit to me? It ain't you, it's your mouth.
Give me that blood, bro.
Look, yeah, everybody trying to bet me. Guess what I'm telling them? You don't see that money train?
You need that. You need that. You need to get that booster. That motherfucker. Booster, bro. Let's see what I'm gonna see right now. We putting on the 8,
Damn. Shit, I ain't stupid. And that's my boy for real. In real life. Ain't it, dude?
I know you got this shit, man. I'm telling you got this shit.
Say, old bitch. What's up, bitch? Where y'all come from, man? What's up, little bro?
Double up, bitch.
Double up, man. I ain't got no fucking double up. Damn, man. Ain't nothing, bitch. You need to stop. You need to stop fucking selling double up, bitch. You need to work your way up, bitch.
Right on 28 with a junkies jump like Jordan. I swear I've been going harder. Got me feeling like Vince Carter's. Pay it, bitch. Educated. She is not my daughter. She pull up and suck it, yeah. Lead just like an order. Right on 28 with a junkies jump like Jordan. I swear I've been going harder. Got me feeling like Vince Carter. Pay it, bitch. Educated, she is not my daughter. She pull up and suck it, yeah. Lead just like an order.
I got what you need, can place your order. Pills in the weed case, I walk in the closet. Blood in the water, I'm a shark with this carbon. Got niggas that be squeezing and shooting behind me. Don't get beat up and bruised behind me. Distribution cocaine, got codeine in my body. Twisting fingers up, big C's what I'm like. Niggas be pussy, put his ass in the guard. I really be tripping, but I'm filling my pockets. Reach from my garments, I'm up in the rocket. You niggas is clowns, you need to stop. Fist in the pot, increasing my profits. I beat up the block, my combo I'm blocking. Shooting eyes out, I should play for the Rockets. Get to the cash till the people start watching. Nigga.
Right on 28 with a junkies jump like Jordan. I swear I've been going harder. Got me feeling like Vince Carter's. Pay it, bitch. Educated. She is not my daughter. She pull up and suck it, yeah. Lead just like an order. Right on 28 with a junkies jump like Jordan. I swear I've been going harder. Got me feeling like Vince Carter. Pay it, bitch. Educated. She is not my daughter. She pull up and suck it, yeah. Lead just like an order. Big Snell, big general. If a nigga play, I wouldn't want to be you. Ride with a drink, cook a nigga like soul food. Got plays at a stick, got a bag at Norris. Bitch so bad, gotta put on a harness. Get booked for a show on my ball like Curry. Can't marry no bitch, I married the block. Young nigga been blocked with nuts in his sock. We don't say slap, say slit. Off from the hip, I aim for his lip. Only want chips, you can keep all the deal. Pay touchdown, it came out the hills. Can't even see, I'm full of the pills. Big Snell. Slick, slick.
Whoa, now.
Right on 28.
You getting here, hit that like button for me.
I've been going harder, got me feeling like Vince Carter's. Pay it, bitch. Educated. She is not my daughter. She pull up and suck it, yeah. Lead just like an order, Right on 28 with a junkies jump like Jordan. I swear I've been going harder, got me feeling like Vince Carter. Pay it, bitch. Educated, She is not my daughter. She pull up and suck it, yeah. Lead just like an order.
Whoa now. Whoa now, whoa now, whoa the fuck now. So who that is in here? I can't see. You hit the link and came over. I sent it to a few of y'all, so I don't know which one of y'all in here. I can't see. So when you get up in here, say here or some shit so I know who I'm talking to. Because I don't talk to myself. So I'm probably going to play music until motherfucker ready to talk. You ain't got to hit the link. But you got to let me know you're in here listening. Because if not, I'm just not going to talk. Just not. Going to talk to myself. That's a different kind of motherfucking insanity. And if you want to come up and talk, you can hit the link. That baby pants.
Yeah, I'm feeling this bitch. Hit that flute in that bitch. Full of that dough. Full of that good game. Tell me to stop fucking. Nigga, bitch.
You see this app right here? It's called Audible. Using just this little app on my phone,
so when you get in here, let me know you in here. Drop a comment.
It's me, go bitch. Quarter boy gorilla gang, QBG shit, KSC shit, biggest real of them all.
A big gorilla.
Carry this big pop around like it's a Smith and Wesson. And if I call Big Broski right up, you know he coming stretch. And we not hospitalizing shit cause we don't fuck with stretch. Niggas getting jobs, they hiding while we stalking trying to catch. When I catch them,
cause whoa.
make them hold his dick, we stripping niggas' neck. Make like y'all some whacking since he think it's safe out there in Texas. Pussy, call me Orilla. How you give a statement on your partner when he kill a nigga? Ain't no teardrops in my face, we get 8 ball tats for the summer. Up in the jungle, I bet I come out rockin' a chinchilla. You ain't never killed a nigga, you a Facebook Insta nigga. You a statement giving nigga, I'm a 8 gorilla nigga. Ben was supposed to kill you nigga, lucky I ain't pistol whip. Done since say, oh please don't flip him, think they one way safe little nigga. I'm Big Gorilla. Ooh, I output them youngins screaming in my section. Carry this big pop around like it's a Smith and Wesson. If I call Big Broski right up, you know he coming stretching. Yeah, it's me Gorilla. Sliding in the rental, 762 bullets flip him. Told that pussy boy keep me out his fucking mentions. Fuck around and rap him, bitch won't make it to see Christmas. Put him in a box and mail him off the mouse for Christmas. Yeah, it's me Gorilla. Hitting with this Glock to this bitch, get the glitching. Green bean kiss a nigga neck like a hickey. Park the car, run up down and go fulfill my mission. Grab his collar, put his brains on the driver window. KSC, QBG, leave a nigga missing. Me go bitch. I'm Big Gorilla. Ooh, I outwet them youngins screaming in my section. Carry this big pap around like it's a Smith and Wesson. If I call Big Broski right up, you know he coming stretching.
I see 3 of you motherfuckers in here. That's the number that I see. Now, I know y'all seen me say, let me know when you in this bitch.
It's me go bitch. QBG brother, man, you know what the fuck going on, man.
Hey, babe.
Big Snell.
Okay,
You
well
ain't
then I'll
slide,
leave
you
the
done.
big gorillas alone then. I'll leave the big gorillas alone since you in this bitch, babe. You and Sean. What Sean? Our Sean? Melanie sister Sean? Bitch, you in here. Bitch, I ain't seen you in the moon of Sundays. What's head? Hi, True Hurts. What's the deal? I don't know, y'all. I was up in this bitch with my grandbaby today. And we was looking at old pictures. And my baby saw her pawpaw. She was like, Papa. I think it's cute that she know who he is. Even though he been locked up her whole fucking life. And then I just thought about it. You know, my son being locked up and shit. All this Joseph. More than just the inmate do they time. Now, I ain't never went did no motherfucking time. But I'd have been in there for a few days. And I done had a bunch of my loved ones be in there, baby. So, I want to see what other people's thoughts on it was. Like, would you take, you know, your kids to the jailhouse? Have you ever josed a nigga? How long is too long to wait? You know? I just wanted to know other people's experiences. So in the event that I had a motherfucking YouTube channel to do so, I'm asking, what's y'all experiences? If you would like to come up on this panel and talk to me here, then you can hit the link that's pinned up at the top in yellow. Truth Hurt, can you see the link? Or maybe I need to put this poll down. That's what we're gonna do. Y'all. So I wanted to know y'all experiences on the shit. Because I think I'm all jailhoused out. I don't think I could do it no more. And that's sad because now my son there, and shit, he young. So am I being unfair to him? You know what I'm talking about? Because I just feel like I'm all jailhoused out, y'all. I ain't got no more in me. And I wanted to know if y'all feel like a convicted felon determine what type of person you are. Like, because I hear a lot of people that speak on convicts in a negative light. So I was wondering. Here come one of the convicts now.
The old book secondhand? That's a new one, like one that been used already.
Nope.
What that black one is?
Don't know. It was out in the grass one day.
I know, I put it in here.
Would you like to tell the people your D.O.C story?
455-938.
That's your D.O.C number?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about
today.
That's
my whole D.O.C story. 455-938.
So how the fuck they gonna get your D.O.C story from your inmate number?
Shit, go check my tickets.
You can do that?
Yeah.
With the inmate number?
Mm-hmm.
True, first you say you don't have any doing long time, but have you ever had any family members do any time? Because for me, once they read you your Miranda rights, baby, we over with. It's over for you. You now belong to the state. So you can't belong to me and the state. What's up, Miss America? In this bitch. Hey, boo. Drop your link, Miss America. So Darius and Sean up in here. Miss America, my moderator, one of my moderators, y'all, she has a nonprofit organization where she helps premature children. And she stick it out with them until they're 18 years old. She gives them resources, baby beds, car seats, formula. I'm not. So wait a minute. After they took my channel, the new one, they done shadow banned me. Ain't that a beat? Well, that's some bald head bull butter. I wonder why. Huh. So they took one channel and now they shadow banning me on this one. Now I don't think that's right word for good. Goddamn. I'm gonna have to call old YouTube and see what's going on. I'm gonna have to. Oh, my girl Room Shaker dropped the link. I fuck with her. Shout out to her. Salute to her. And then once I now y'all, now who call that is doing all that? I bet that bitch red. Cause they was doing entirely too much, baby. Y'all heard all that noise. Salute to Room Shaker for turning that baby on. I just turned my notifications on, so yeah, turn them on, baby. Miss America, have you ever had a loved one to do hard time? Like anytime? 6 months, 18 months? Anything like that? And yeah, if you haven't done so, go to the channel. Let me see. I'm gonna walk you through it here. I'm gonna show you how to do this here. I hadn't been on YouTube, so I didn't know she was live. I wouldn't have went live while she was live. But fuck YouTube for freaking fracking shadow banning me. Stanky sap sucking lint liquors. All right, yeah. So thank you. My brother is doing 40 years. Oh, damn. Do you mind telling us what it was for? Looking at the death penalty. My prayers to your people, baby. My prayers to your people. It's hard. A lot of people look at the inmates, but they forget that these people have families and villages that love them, and so they don't just do that time by themselves. It affects you, especially if they have children. And then you get all that time. During that time, your parents probably done passed on, your loved ones. Y'all, that car is just loud for nothing. Y'all should see it. It's ragged too. It's just loud for nothing. My cousin made national news last year with the murder he did on drugs, but y'all won't let me tell you who it is because he is a good person and he had bad drugs. Hey, listen, I get it. My son did what he did, and he was on freaking mushrooms and Xanaxes. So, who really responsible? You know what I'm saying? Like, why have this stuff out there for the people? And you know what type of effects it have on people. So that's a good one, you know? Like, why not treat them for their addiction for the drug? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't control what your body doing when you under the influence, especially depending on the type of drug. And everybody don't cope to life the same. He lost his dad, my mom, who was like his sister, his girlfriend. He was with since a teenager, all in 3 years, and lost his mind for a night and will never see a free day again, all because he can't cope. And that's really, really, really fucked up because this country was founded on criminal activity. And we celebrate it. It's our proud history. Land grabbing, genocide, the list keep growing. And then they got the biggest gang in the world, the military. And they put you on dope in the military. I know because my daddy was a Vietnam vet, Navy. And he was drafted in high school. And they gave him heroin. So he came out of high school a heroin addict. I think it's fucked up. And then they make so much money off of these inmates, but they make it so hard for people who are supporting them. Them freaking jailhouse minutes, that shit is expensive. Like, if you wanted them to come back into society, you ain't helping them. You're not helping them at all by the way you treat them and what they got to endure while they in there. By the time they come out, they institutionalized. And let's not even start on that parole. It doesn't even allow you to live a productive life. There's only so many jobs you can get depending on the shifts they run. So How do you expect these people to come back to society and thrive? They got to jump through hurdles to even defend themselves in their homes because they're now convicted. The minutes, the food, yes. Luckily, my cousin dad had money set up for him. But once that ends, I don't know who's going to pay for all that. Hey, boo. Thank you for dropping the link. She told me you dropped the link. If I would have seen you was live, Ma, I wouldn't have went live. Hell, that's why I hadn't went live, because all my people been going live all weekend. So I hadn't fucked with it. I just be up in there chilling. I ain't see nobody live, so I went on ahead and went with it. So I appreciate you dropping that link. We talking about doing time. So they get all this money just for them being in there. And then let's not even talk about inmate labor, where they have them going clean the mansions of the governor and doing all the street work and producing license plates and all these different things that's produced in the jailhouse. And they still make it so motherfucking hard to see your people. But the government sell dope legally. And you could do one crime in this state and somebody commit the they even fix and build tiny homes in California. Yeah. But you know, it's all under the black. All right, so here we go. So this was after slavery, right? Slavery has been abolished and people just trying to get it how they live and be all right. And this is what them bitches do. Legally do. And I think each state had their own. But I know that the southern states still, it still applies. Like they haven't taken these and done away with these codes. They are still in effect to this day. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Look at this. And this is what they did for the white people who said, you know, hey, this not right. It affected them too. Look at that. We forbid our white subjects of both sexes to marry with these blacks under the penalty of being fined and subjected to some other arbitrary punishment. We forbid all curates, priests, or missionaries of our secular or regular clergy and even our chaplains in our Navy to sanction such marriages. They forbid it. We also forbid all our white subjects and even the manumitted or freeborn blacks to live in a state of concubinage with blacks. Should there be any issue from this kind of intercourse, it is our will that the person so offended. Who is that? Oh, okay. The person so offended and the master of the slave should pay each a fine of 300 lives. Look at this. But this ain't what I'm looking for. This ain't what I'm looking for. So hold on. I'm looking for the specific codes that will literally tell you. It will literally tell you. My little cousin keep calling. I don't know what's wrong. About the government and how here it is. Oh, site can't be reached. Hold up. Yeah, it's still valid. Hang on. A lot of the sites, Miss America, they won't even let you access them. And I'm definitely trying to make sure that I get the right ones. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now, why you acting like that? Let me play a little music till I can find it. Ma'am.
You gotta send it to my phone.
Okay.
All right.
All right. My people be like, I don't give a shit about you being on the live. When I call, you gonna answer. Period. Well, this sucks. It won't even let me pull it up. I guess they say, bitch, you won't show that today. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, let's get it together. I hate when stuff like that happen. Can y'all even hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. So why when I try to pull it up, it's telling me I don't have an internet connection. How about that? Okay. Here we go. Black Codes of Louisiana, 1865. That's what I got to do. All right. They got it in parishes. Here we go, Miss America. Here we go. Yeah, they playing. They don't like when you show some real shit. But let me would have been pulling up some niggas fighting or something. They wouldn't have mind that at all. I could have showed you that. But here we go, because they can't stop it. Now let's see if I can maximize it a little bit. Something lagging. I don't know if it's mine, if it's my laptop or what. But here we go. So after the region's slaves were freed, Southern communities passed laws called Black Codes to control Black citizens. The first states to pass Black Codes were Mississippi and South Carolina. Other Southern states soon followed. Exact provisions of these laws varied from state to state, but their effect was similar. So I often ask every election time now, I'll ask a politician like, will you put the Black codes on your campaign list of things that need to be changed? They won't even address it. They won't even acknowledge it. But these codes have never been abolished. Be it ordained by the police jury of the parish of St. Landry, but it's just not St. Landry, that no Negro shall be allowed to pass within the limits of said parish without special permit in writing from his employer. Whoever shall violate this provision shall pay a fine of $2.50, or in default thereof shall be forced to work 4 days on the public road or suffer corporal punishment as provided hereinafter. No Negro shall be permitted to rent or keep a house within said parish. Any Negro violating this provision shall be immediately ejected and compelled to find an employer. And any person who shall rent or give the use of any house to any Negro in violation of this section shall pay a fine of $5 for each offense. So they made sure that if your morale was higher than theirs, that you would be punished as well. So there's no need in feeling humane for the shit, because they're going to punish you too. Every Negro is required to be in the regular service of some white person or former owner who shall be held responsible for the conduct of said Negro. The said employer or former owner may permit said Negro to hire his own time by special permission in writing, which permission shall not extend over 7 days at any one time. And this right here is how they really get us. This one right here. No public meetings or congregations of Negroes shall be allowed within said parish after sunset, but such public meetings and congregations may be held between the hours of sunrise and sunset by the special permission in writing of the captain of patrol, within whose beat such meetings shall take place. Okay? So they had to know what you was meeting for. You had to meet while the sun was still up. So I think they give a little more insight into what they call sundown towns and why it was legally binding for people to be able to kill folks and nothing was done about it if they traveled through their town late at night and then came up missing. No Negro shall be permitted to preach, exhort, or otherwise declaim to congregations of colored people without a special permission in writing from the president of the police jury. Ain't that some shit? No Negro who is not... I gotta go back to that. So why do you think our preachers now be so corrupt? Because they only gave them permission to preach if they preach what they tell them to preach. No Negro who is not in the military service shall be allowed to carry firearms or any kind of weapons within the parish without the special written permission of his employers, approved and endorsed by the nearest and most convenient chief of patrol. No Negro shall sell, barter, or exchange any articles of merchandise or traffic within said parish without the special written permission of his employer, specifying the article of sale, barter, or traffic. Any Negro found drunk within the said parish shall pay a fine of $5, or in default thereof work 5 days on the public road or suffer corporal punishment as hereinafter provided. It shall be the duty of every citizen to act as a police officer for the detection of offenses and the apprehensions of offenders who shall be immediately handed over to the proper captain or chief of police. So this is why all them Karens be, because this is what the law said that they could do that. That's law. So what y'all think about that shit? How about that? How about that? Yeah. Oh, here we go again. I was trying to reload the rest of them because that was one from St. Landry Parish. So it said that each state had their own codes, but it even broke it down to the parishes. But when I tell you, every time I hit one of these sites, it say reload it, reload, reload. I'm trying to find those specific codes that explains why we have work release inmates, because those are under the black codes. But I noticed that things that I used to be able to just pull up back then, I can't anymore. And I'm not sure why that is. But for some reason, they moving stuff off of the internet now. So we got to be careful too when, we jump on these gravy trains about removing certain things, because a lot of times they play on their race division to get us to be for them removing it. But they're only removing it so they can change it, so they can change history, so they can act like these things have never happened. I really hate that. But they can keep on because I'm going to keep on trying. That's why I was asking, could y'all hear me? Because how in the hell my internet not working and y'all can hear me? I mean, I don't know if you can hear me clicking, but every motherfucking time I click on something, yep, it says reload. This was all during the Reconstruction period. So let me show you what I'm getting when I go to look to pull it up. Look at this. You see that? That's crazy, right? And I'm making sure not to try to pull links from like Wikipedia. So I want to pull it from a reputable resource. Yeah. So here we go. But this is for states, this is Mississippi's. But a lot of them use the same wording. So, hell, one applied to all. It shall not be lawful for any freedman, freed Negro, or mulatto to intermarry with any white person. We already knew that. with any freedman, nor for any person to intermarry with any freedman, free Negro, or mulatto. And any person who shall intermarry shall be deemed guilty of felony, and on conviction thereof shall be confined in the state penitentiary for life. And those shall be deemed freedmen, free Negroes, and mulattoes who are of pure Negro blood, and those descended from a Negro to the third generation, inclusive, through one ancestor in each generation, may have been white. They don't give a shit. Okay? Every freedman, free Negro, and mulatto shall on the second Monday of January 1866 and annually thereafter have a lawful home or employment and shall have written evidence thereof. I think this is a bunch of bullshit. All contracts for labor made with freemen, free Negroes, and mulattoes for a longer period than 1 month shall be in writing, and a duplicate attested and read to said freeman, free Negro, or mulatto by a beat, city, or county officer. And if the laborer shall quit the service of employer before the expiration of his terms of service without good cause, he shall forfeit his wages for that year up to the time of quitting. Every civil officer shall, and every person may, arrest and carry back to his or her legal employer any freedman, free Negro, or mulatto who shall have quit the service of his or her employer before the expiration of his or her term of service without good cause. So who determines what's good cause? And these were the vagrant laws. And this explains so much. So a lot of times, a lot of us Negroes like to explain it away, white explain it away, well, we shouldn't teach our children to dislike police, and they act like they don't understand why our grandparents and great grandparents was taught our moms and dads and so forth to dislike police and distrust police. This is because this is the history. My husband grandpa has his release papers from the New Orleans online. I'm telling you, he was a part of the war. I think it was Civil War or something in the South. Yeah, it's crazy, but it explains a lot. It explains so much. And honestly, there are some historians and researchers who believe that this was slavery, that slavery didn't come. Hey there, J-Town. How you been, love? Thank you for coming over. We're just talking about these prisoners and this system. J-Town, have you ever did time or have a loved one that did time? Won't you come up and tell me so I can hear your voice? Won't you hit the link so I can hear your voice? You gonna come hit the link and talk to me? J-Town, have you ever heard of the Black Codes? I said I was gonna stop picking on these sunflower seeds and pick them babies back up. That man last night on my Your channel said that the war in Ukraine was over sunflower seeds. Dude say he was Jesus. That was crazy. Oh, okay, babe. Well, thank you for coming anyway. Enjoy the show. So, Miss America, we were back to the Mississippi codes of 1865. And y'all could look this up yourself, the different codes for the different states. But if I'm not mistaken, I know for sure Louisiana's still under these codes. And I think it's Louisiana and Mississippi that are still operating under their codes. So Section 1 states that all rogues and vagabonds, I wonder what the hell is a vagabond? Idle and dissipated persons, beggars, jugglers, or persons practicing unlawful games or plays, runaways, common drunkards, common night walkers, wanton or who? Lascivious persons in speech or behavior, common railers and brawlers, persons who neglect their calling or employment, misspend what they earn. How can the law tell you if you misspending what you earn? Who determines that? Or do not provide for the support of themselves or their families or dependents, and all other idle and disorderly persons, including all who neglect all lawful business, habitually misspend their time by frequenting house of ill fame, gaming houses, or tripling shops, shall be deemed and considered vagrants under the provisions of this act, and upon convicted thereof shall be fined not exceeding $100 with all occurring costs, and be imprisoned at the discernment of the court not exceeding 10 days. I haven't been to jail, but I did have someone in my family do time. And see, that's what we were talking about. Because I think the longest I ever spent in the jailhouse was maybe 8 days. But I've had my dad do hard time in my lifetime. My brothers, all except for the baby boy who took a plea to go to the military in exchange for going to jail. They told him that he either could go do 4 years in the Army or do 14 years in the Department of Corrections, and he chose the military. Yeah. And then my oldest daughter, the one who made me a grandma, her dad is currently in Angola and has been since 2003. So, my point of this post of this live was shit. I wanted to see other people's experiences because it's hard. Yeah, let me catch him up to speed. Let me go back in these comments and show them. Miss America has a cousin facing the death penalty for something that he did when he was under the influence. He wasn't sober. He wasn't in his right mind. And he did something, and now he's lost his entire life. And most of his family is gone. Nothing is the way he left it, And that's got to be even harder when you think about the mental effects that has on somebody. Especially his dad. Like my daughter's grandfather, her dad is a junior. It's his only son. And for the last 19 years, he went from being a hardworking man to he's basically a drunk. He's killing himself because it hurts him to go see his son. Every time he leave Angola, he go into a state of depression because he can't take him with him. And he feel obligated as his father, as a man, to do something. But what can you do when you up against the freaking United States government? And you're a criminal for everything. Literally everything you do is criminal. He was the only child. His mom died from lupus when he was 8. My Lord. So, how do they expect anybody to come out of that situation after doing their time and be ready for society? It makes no sense. How do they determine what crime gets what time? Because I see so many stories about molestation and rape, and these people don't even do 5 years, and they have to come out and register as a sex offender. Like whoop-de-fucking-do. Whoop-de-do. It does. It fails a lot of people. But the bad part about that, though, Miss America, is because the system isn't failing. It was designed to work that way. And that was my point in showing y'all these codes, these black codes, because it's designed to work that way. And that's fucked up. Look who they make convicts. Everybody. Do you see this whole list of what makes you a convict? All of that. All of that makes you a criminal. All of the highlighted portion makes you a criminal. And that's just under that section. We still got sections to go. Hey, honey love. Welcome, baby. Honey love, have you or a loved one ever did hard time? Like it's a freaking commercial, right? So now we were on section 2 of these black codes, and y'all can go look them up. I see that a lot of the older links have that you can't access them for some reason now. But hey, do the research. And I'm telling y'all, elections is coming up. So if I were y'all, I'd be asking these politicians these type of questions. Because none of them, everybody wants your black vote, but who's going to address these issues? Who's going to address the fact that these laws are still, or these codes are still in effect to this day? All freedmen, free Negroes, and mulattoes in this state, this is for Mississippi, over the age of 18 years, found on the second Monday in January as of 1866 or thereafter with no lawful employment or business, are found unlawful assembling themselves together, either in the day or the nighttime, and all white persons assembling themselves with freedmen, free Negroes, or mulattoes are usually associating with freedmen, free Negroes, or mulattoes on terms of equality, are living in adultery or fornication with the freed woman, freed Negro, or mulatto, shall be deemed vagrants, and on conviction thereof shall be fined in a sum not exceeding, in the case of a freedman, free Negro, or mulatto, $50, and a white man, $200, and imprisonment at the discretion of the court. The free Negro not exceeding 10 days, and the white man not exceeding 6 months. You see this shit? So this is what they did to make sure that any white people that had any morale lost that shit real quick. They would fine the black person $50, but the white person would pay $200. The black person would go to jail for 10 days, but the white person for 6 months. So they was like, okay, you want to get along with these niggas? Then here you go. You a vagrant too. Like you can't even assemble yourself. You can't gather. You got to have their employment upon their approval. Like that's some bullshit. And then as society, we look at convicts and, turn our nose up at them. But do you realize how easy it is to become a convict? Absolutely, Miss America. He definitely already has a strike against him. And people don't like to address these things because they say, oh, well, this was long time ago. But 1865, my grandmother, who's in that house right now in sound mind, was born in 1932. So that means these codes would have been a part of her upbringing because these were in play when her mom and dad were alive. So they would have raised my grandmother according to these codes. So how do you think she would have raised her kids? And they think that, it's just this, we want to play the race card when we say that this system ain't for us, when we say that we are wrongfully convicted. And then for those of us who do stay on the right side of the law now, I can say those of us now, we look at our community, especially in the condition they in now, and want to know why they doing it to themselves. Well, how many generations of getting beat down like this do you think a person could take before it's fuck it, what am I living for? What am I living according to society righteously for when it don't matter what I do, I'ma still just be a nigga and a convict to you. Every time a nigga accomplish something, they move the goalposts. They said you needed to be educated. So now black women are amongst the most educated in this country. Now, an education don't mean shit, you know? Like, they keep moving the goalposts. And we move right along with it. We quick to tell people about that's illegal. But look at what is legal. This shit is being done legally. You know? Some bullshit. Section 5. All fines and forfeitures collected by the provisions of this act shall be paid into the county treasury of general county purposes, and in case of any freedman, free Negro, or mulatto shall fail for 5 days after the imposition of any or forfeiture upon him or her for violation of any of the provisions of this act to pay the same, that it shall be and is hereby made the duty of the sheriff of the proper county to hire out said freedman, free Negro, or mulatto to any person who will, for the shortest period of service, pay said fine, forfeiture, and all costs. So Section 5 says that if these niggas don't have the money to pay what we charge them, then anybody who's willing to pay, y'all can have them. They'll come do your work for you. They'll come clean your house. They'll come build you a road. Nowadays, a nigga be so glad to just get out of the jail cell that they think it's a blessing to be a trustee. No, baby. Think about it. The owners of these prisons getting paid crazy. Our money. And then when a convict come home, again, he still got to pay taxes. But he don't have the right to vote. You got to jump through hurdles to still have the right to protect your house and your family and yourself, if you can even jump through all of those hurdles. If you qualify to start jumping through all of those hurdles. You know? Certain offenses of freedmen. No freedman, free Negro, or mulatto not in the military service of the United States government and not licensed to do so by the Board of Police of his or her county shall keep or carry firearms of any kind or any ammunition, dirk, or bow knife, and on conviction thereof in the county court shall be punished by fine. So again, this showing you how these things that we deal with today, this is where it came from. Any freedman, free Negro, or mulatto committing riots, routs, affrays, trespasses, malicious mischief, cruel treatment to animals, seditious speeches, insulting gestures, language or acts, or assaults on any person, disturbance of the peace, exercising the function of a minister of the gospel without a license from some regularly organized church. There we go with that again. Okay? Because if you exercising the function of a minister without they say so and without their curriculum, you're a vagrant. It's illegal. Vending spirituous or intoxicating liquors, or committing any other misdemeanor, the punishment of which is not specifically provided for by law, shall upon conviction thereof in the county court be fined not less than $10 and not more than $100, and may be imprisoned at the discretion of the court not to exceed 30 days. If any white person shall sell, lend, or give any freed man, free Negro, or mulatto any firearms, dirk or bowie knife, or ammunition, or any spirituous or intoxicating liquor, such person or persons so offended upon conviction thereof in the county court or his or her county shall be fined not exceeding $50 and may be imprisoned at the discretion of the court not exceeding 30 days. So again, you know, they double it up for the white folk. They double it up for them. Let me see if I can search for Louisiana. I can't even spell. There we go with that shit again. I guess they say that's enough of that. They ain't gonna let me show it. So what we supposed to do in that instance? You know, what are you supposed to do? How we supposed to live? I think it's crazy because in life you got a choice, right? You can do the right thing or you can do what's right. And it's a difference. There is a difference between doing the right thing and doing what's right. Because it just feels it's much easier. Not saying that it ain't hard, but it's much easier to just try to stay on the right path, on the right side of the law. You know, you don't go in and become a vagrant. You don't do blatant crimes. You go to college. You get married. You buy you some land. You're active in church. But it don't never feel right. Something always feel off. That's because, goddamn me, that ain't that you know that means nothing to them. You know that while you're doing this, they tolerate your black ass. But if you did anything opposite, if you were human and made a mistake, your black ass is grass. It is ridiculous. But we gotta fly right because we scared of death. But that ain't the right thing to do, man. The right thing to do would be to all stand firm on, hey, slow down, wait a minute, partner. This our land. This shit belong to us. Slavery is over with. And police officers, officers of the court, should not be exempt. I know too many judges who like to pick up prostitutes and snort coke off their ass. Why they ain't locked up? Them two police officers that shot and killed that man last year in 2021. He killed the man in December 2021 on camera. The man had his hands in the air. They shot that man 15 times. This same police officer had done the same thing in January of 2021. He got fired and charged with manslaughter. Manslaughter. Somebody who took an oath to uphold the law. When you break the law, why are you not charged to a high regard? I mean, after all, regular citizens are just regular citizens. We never took an oath to uphold the law. That's you took an oath to that. That means that your punishment should be worse. Because not only did you break the law, you also violated your oath. But we won't say that. What's the deal, N.O. Sam? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This your first time over here, huh? I was trying to fuck with y'all last night, man, but my sleeping pills was kicking in. And every time I looked up and said, okay, I'm finna come in the chat, baby, my eyes just wandered back off. N.O. Sam, you ever did time? Or have a loved one that did time? Because that's what we talking about. My daughter was 3 when I got a phone call from her aunt, and I could hear my baby in the background screaming bloody murder. Sam, you want to come tell us about your experience? Hit the link. But my daughter was in the background screaming bloody murder, and her auntie said, "I'm finna bring her home." They just took her daddy to jail. They picked her up off her dad's lap and handcuffed him. She'll be 23 in September. Since then, she has seen her daddy twice. And the first time we went to Angola, that's where he at, Louisiana State Penitentiary. When we left, it depressed her so bad that her dad even said, like, let's not do that no more. Don't bring her back. She went into a state of depression that was so horrible. She ended up going from one of the brightest children I ever met to having to repeat fourth grade. The year he got sentenced, she was in the fourth grade. And she had to repeat it. So not only did he get sentenced, she got sentenced too. Then she went through this adolescent phase where she didn't want to talk to him. She thought it was pointless to communicate with him. She was aggravated with me for still feeling like, we both had to have a say on the choices made when it came to how we raised her. She completely rebelled against me dealing with him on her behalf, but I still kept him updated, and I still co-parented with him. But it was extremely freaking hard, you know? So she didn't go back until she was pregnant. Let me see if I can find y'all the picture. He threw my baby a jailhouse sleepover. Baby shower at Angola. I said, Lord, that is the most ghettoest shit in the world. But baby, that's what we did. That is what we did. I'm finna find this picture for y'all if I can. But yeah, Sound, you don't want to come tell us about your experience? You are more than welcome to hit that panel and come tell us. Because we want to hear about it. It's happening every day, and people want to hear about it, Betty. Here they go with this shit again. Well, I be Mammy's uncle. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me share this with y'all. Am I back? Y'all still with me? Yep. So there we go. At Angola, Louisiana State Penitentiary. Um, and she took her baby daddy to go meet her dad. We waited until we knew what she was having before we went. But we stayed all day. And he is, I don't know what the name of it is. What do you call the guy that slaughters the animals? He slaughters the animals and cuts the meat up and so forth. And he's over the kitchen. So we ate real good. I mean, he had the cake, he had gifts, they took pictures, but we have not seen him since, you know? And that's hard. It is. It's extremely hard. But I will say this, though. I've never had to put minutes on the phone for him to talk to his daughter, ever. He never missed a birthday. He never missed a first day of school. He never missed any of that. And I think it might have been one birthday we didn't hear from him. And she was sad because she was used to it. And I was like, well, you know, if you don't hear from him, that means something wrong. He's probably locked up. And sure as shit, one of the guards he was over there getting booty with, they were hunching. The guard called and was like, hey, you know, Paul told me to call y'all. He's in lockup. Call me if you need anything. You can call this number. His dad's health is fading. He has 3 daughters. He doesn't have sons. He only has 3 daughters. My daughter is the middle. So you got one that's a year older than her. And his girlfriend was pregnant when he went to jail. So that daughter has never seen her dad outside of prison. She graduated high school 2 weeks ago. You was in Angola? So did you see that picture? You saw that picture of my BD? Where you was at? What part of Angola were you in? But yeah, he never. I remember my daughter's first job, and he called her on her way to work for her first day of work, and she was excited, and she said, "Daddy, I can't wait till I get my first paycheck. I'm going to send you something." Y'all, when I tell you it must have fucked him up so bad, he was like, no, you not. You know, I don't want you to ever get used to sending no nigga no money in jail. Like, that's what I'm here for. Don't ever think that. He was like, yeah, I gotta hurry up and get the fuck out of here. You know, that did something to him. For his daughter to say she needed to send him some money in jail. That did it to him. He wasn't with that shit at all. I had one guy got on the phone one time. I knew him. He was from the neighborhood and they was in there together. And then he was like, you know, you ought to bring XYZ. And when I tell you that phone hung up so fast, they ended up fighting. You know, like he just never did that. He never was the type that put me or his daughter in harm's way, which is why I have co-parented with him this whole time. You know, that's why I still gave him the respect of a man and a father, even though the state said that he was no longer a man, but he was property. Because he was a father when he went in. So we was going to respect his mind in there too. Now, my daddy, my brothers, and exes from my past that did justice, of course, they wanted money orders. They wanted you to keep money on the books. All of that shit is expensive. And now here in Rapides Parish, I'm not sure if it's like that in New Orleans, Sam, or if they do it in the counties in other states. But you used to be able to go buy socks and drawers and, you know, the essentials and take it to them. But not anymore, baby. You got to buy everything from the jail. Everything that they have to have has to be purchased from the facility. Think about how much money they make off of you being an inmate. That's a lot of money going in for you to be in prison. And I think that's the sole reason why they lock so many motherfuckers up. I mean, shit, they still locking people up for reefer. But if you go to another state, you got people, especially blue boys, man, they making billions, legally selling marijuana. When they will break up a whole family and lock somebody up, male or woman. You was in Camp J. You was bad. Camp J was, Sam. Man, Camp J, I bet. I'm gonna respect your mind. We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. But I've heard people on YouTube and outside of the cyber world voice their opinion on convicted felons. But I don't think people realize just how quick that shoe could be on your foot. It's real easy to become a convicted felon. Just live a little. Yes. Yes. Shout out to NO Sam. Glad you home. How long did you do? Like, can I ask you any questions or you just don't want to talk about it at all? Let me know. And like I can remember my brother being in jail and he did work release. Y'all, the amount of money that they take from inmates just to go to work, they charge them for transportation. They charge them for staying in that facility that houses work release people. By the time they have a check, the rest of it, not to mention that they charge them before the money is taxed. So they like, shit, the government and them got a deal. Go ahead, get your money first, and then we'll take ours. This shit is ridiculous. But we let them tell us what we need to be focused on. Yes, charge them for transportation. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we let them tell us what we ought to be mad about. We let them tell us what we should be focused on. When this type of shit is happening in everyday lives, people quick to talk about the absentee family or absentee parent or the broken family or how everybody gone to jail or, this, and that, and the third. But then you got to get to the root. It's like a bad tooth. Shit, if you don't want to talk about the root of it, then you will never, ever get anywhere. Think about if you got a bad tooth, man, and you just keep treating the pain instead of pulling the tooth out. You just beating yourself up. It's going to get worse with time. That's no different than this system. It's a bad tooth. And we got to pull that shit up from the root. Or it, as shown, gets worse and worse with time. It's not about criminal acts. It's about the money. If it was about criminal acts and victims, then wouldn't rape, especially when you got all the evidence. Like, I know rape is hard because you got a lot of girls that cry wolf. But I mean, for those who, it's clear cut that you actually did put yourself in somebody that ain't want you there. If it's these mass murders, why don't they automatically get life? It can't be about the crime. It can't be about the drugs because they had an opportunity to stop these people and hit them where it hurt. The banks that was funneling the money. The U.S. government refused to prosecute, even though they had to admit in court that they was funneling cartel money. They just charged the bank a couple of billion, and that was that. And this same bank has been caught funneling cartel drug money more than one time. So this war on drug shit is a bunch of bullshit. So why do we as black people, why do we feed into it? Because we feed into it. We get real self-righteous and feed into it. We'll turn our nose up at a motherfucker quick. These jailhouses, a lot of them, the way they live and house these people is so inhumane. Isn't there a lawsuit now about a jailhouse in Mississippi where if the inmates didn't have cell phones in there and show people that nobody would have known, they had pipes bust and rats everywhere. It was just horrible. It's horrible. The conditions that people are made to live on. And then let's say you do 20 years. When my baby daddy left, it was 2003. I can remember like 2 years ago, my cell phone was broke and he couldn't get in touch with me. And so when we finally talked, this asshole said, well, baby mama, that ain't no excuse. You could have went to a payphone. Y'all, when I tell you I damn near pissed on myself laughing, ain't no more payphones out here. You ask these children about a fucking payphone, they gonna look at you like you crazy. And Angola is the worst. They the worst. If you look up what all they get these people to do, the prison labor, it's ridiculous. Who in here? Who's still in here? They actually had at one of the schools that my kids went to in San Antonio. It is so common for the kids to have a parent in jail that they actually had a program that helped them to keep in touch with their parent that was jailed. Like they provided stamps and envelopes and gave them time out like once a week out of a class to write the parent. Why create programs to help assist this shit instead of dealing with this shit at the root? And my thing is, if I've served my time and paid my debt to society, quote unquote, then when I come home and I still got to pay taxes, I shouldn't have to go through a goddamn thing to have the right to vote. I shouldn't have to go through a fucking thing to still have the right to bear arms and protect myself from hurt, harm, and danger. The United States can still have their goddamn army, they navy, they marines, they gang, and they formed themselves on murder, grand theft, larceny, extortion. You fucking name it. I think these are issues that we should start trying to tackle in our community if you want to get to the bottom of why we are how we are. This is generational. This shit been passed down generation to generation to generation. We at the bottom of the slope now, people. I can remember the first time I ever went to jail, right? And yeah, I say first time because I went a few times. I done told y'all I'm unfucking doxable, but if you dox me, you'll see that this ain't what you want. But anyway, I'm a grandmother now though, so I'm good. I went on a date with this guy that worked at a restaurant with my little brother. And so I let him chase me for a while, and then I told him, yeah, he could cook for me. I go to his house, and while I'm there, the police hit the house. I didn't know the man sold drugs. I thought the man was a cook like my little brother. So they read that, they put the handcuffs on both of us. And I'm thinking, okay, this is just protocol. They gonna let me out the handcuffs. So they ended up finding a gift bag, a shoebox, and a pickle jar. I went to jail for a gift bag, a shoebox, and a pickle jar. So anyway, the guy told him, man, whatever y'all find that's for me. Mind y'all that in order for them to hit this house, they had to have done an investigation, which means that they ain't never seen me over there before then. But they said charge them. Anyway, they knew the charges wouldn't stick. They knew that they wouldn't stick, but they did it anyway. And I was charged with CDS, 1 with intent, 2 with intent, 3 with intent, and paraphernalia. I stayed in jail 8 days before one of the guards saw me on my way to eat. And she was like, baby, you still in here? And she called the judge to get me OR'd out of jail. Now, the district attorney never prosecuted those charges. Of course not, because how are they going to stick? They're not going to stick. But it's on my record. And they tell you that as long as you weren't convicted, it don't matter. But that's some bullshit, because when I go to get a background check, I got all this shit on my record, and I literally have to go to the courthouse and get something that's in writing that shows that the district attorney didn't plan on prosecuting those charges. Now you think about human nature and the biasness of an employer or a potential business associate. Okay? And think about how they would feel. How would they judge you? How would you judge somebody? Because I think I would, if I didn't have the life experiences that I've had, then I would definitely judge somebody according to their background. Because according to your background, you look like a fucking hardened criminal. But when the truth comes out that this person actually should have never even been charged. Oh, and to get it expunged costs $350 per charge. And if I chose to work in the field of medicine or anywhere in the legal system, then they still see those charges. So they never even really go away. But they do this, and they do it legally, because they get money from you being an inmate. They get money if you go ahead and bond out. It's a numbers game. Why is this not something that we don't even talk about it in our community? Miss America, look how you shocked shitless. We don't even talk about it. But every election, shit like this is not what we tell these politicians we want to see them talk about. We want to see them do something about it. They never address shit like this. Instead, they tell us what we should be mad about. They tell us the talking points. They tell us what we should want to vote on. And here we go do our civic duty. Judge those that don't. What we say, if you don't vote, don't complain. Bullshit. It's a controlled situation. Some of the shit may actually apply to you, but how much of it really does? Then think about the things that go on in your everyday life with your loved ones and what we should be talking about to politicians, to lawmakers. They say they work for us, but when do they ever actually work for us? If we're their employer, then shouldn't we be telling them what we mad about and what we want changed? C Murder and my baby daddy are two of over 1,400 people in the state of Louisiana that have been affected by what was deemed the jury ban. And it states that it is unlawful and against the Constitution for a person to be convicted of a crime solely on their co-defendant's testimony and without a unanimous jury. Okay, love, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it at all. I'd love to. So, shout out to John Bell Edwards, governor of Louisiana, two-time governor of Louisiana, because his first term, he made it illegal for that to happen. And then his second term, he made it retroactive. Do you know that even by him saying that this is law, this still had to go before the Supreme Court because prosecutors and district attorneys did not want to make it retroactive. And once it was, they felt that they shouldn't have to retry or look at those old cases, said it would open the floodgates. But if it is deemed inhumane and unconstitutional, then how can you keep them in there? How can you not give them a humane constitutional chance? You got, like my baby daddy had life plus 70. C Murder was going to be in there the rest of his life. So the Supreme Court, instead of doing the right thing, they did what was right. And they left it up to the district attorney in the respective parishes. It would be up to them to retry or release the prisoners. And the prisoners had to write them and go through some more hoops for they shit to even be seen by the district attorney. Okay, mama. So I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I want to know how that's right. I'm with Miss America. I'll be right back too. They say it's 2 people in here, but I don't know who the 2 people is because y'all ain't said a damn thing. So how I'm supposed to know who y'all is? I do not. So I'm going to take a commercial break and I'll be right back. AKA, I'm going to play some YouTube videos and I'll be right back. Actually, instead of video, they actually have a series. Where is it? Episode 4.
Have you heard about this education stimulus
Shut
program?
up. All right. They actually have a series, an Angola series. They think that it's cool. People making even more money off of these freaking people. Even more money.
Want to join the 6-figure club?
Yeah, so that guy there, he was working. His dad used to work at Angola. I think that might have been the reason that he never got caught. You know, that he actually could go in and be wild in his young age and then grow out of it and have a chance at life to be over other offenders. Like he said, he just never got caught. How lucky is he? That other man had been in there since he was 27 years old. He'd been in there 30 years. I'm not the same person at 38 that I was at 28. I would hate to have been convicted of something that I did then, and I'm not even that person anymore. But then you got these Louisiana State police officers who beat the dog shit out of this man, Ronald Green, and killed him. Claimed their body cam wasn't working, got off on it, said the man had a bad car accident, and that's how he died. But his family kept pushing, and finally the footage was leaked that they beat him to death. Let's see if we can get the footage. I doubt it. Oh, there you go. We can get the footage. Let's see it.
Let me see your fucking hands, motherfucker. Oh, God damn it, get up here. Get that fucking arm. Motherfucker, you better not move. Got it? All right. Fuck! You stupid motherfucker. You alright? All over. I hope this guy ain't got fucking AIDS. Yeah, you got blood on your face, huh? About you? I don't think I'm cut. I just got his blood all over me. Hey, we're code 4. We got one in custody. Yeah, he fucking put up a fight. He's fucking leaking, so watch it. Go ahead and roll that in. Shut up. You okay? I already asked for ambulance. Okay. I got plenty of water. Yeah. definitely need to puffer, Jenny.